2020 meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trent McCain,
Present.
Arlene Colvin,
Present.
And we have Angelia Hayes, who's absent today. But we do have a quorum in order to conduct the business of the Board of Public Works and Safety. Let's start off with our claims.
Okay. We have ratification of claims. This is for ratification of claims paid on February 28, 2019, from the General Fund, Fund 223, Fund 232, and Fund 474. Total claims paid $74,398.84. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the ratification of these claims.
I second. The motion has been moved and properly seconded that we ratify those claims paid on February 28, 2020. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Motion carries.
Ratification of payroll for February 28, 2020. Total payroll $1,559,954.23. Total paid $1,559,954.23. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the ratification of the payroll.
Second. The motion has been made and properly seconded that we approve the ratification of the payroll. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Motion carries.
We have ratification of payroll withholdings for February 28, 2020. The total amount is $892,777.82. I'd like to make a motion that we ratify the payroll withholdings for February 28.
Second. We are ratifying the payroll for, what's that date again?
February 28.
February 28th. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. No. None opposed. Motion carries.
Finally, we have approval of claims. Approval of claims to be paid on March 6, 2020. The general fund in the amount of $171,448.24. Since special revenue in the amount of $133,768.72 for total claims to be paid $378,324.10. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the claims for March 6th.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. The claims for March 6th have been approved. Moving on to correspondence and agreements. We have under Section 2A, correspondence from the Public Works Department.
We have a memorandum from the Law Department for a contract with Mark International LLC. The Law Department has reviewed the enclosed contract with Mark International LLC to pay past due and future invoices for security services from January 1, 2020 through June 30th, 2020. The amount is not to exceed $78,000. The contract has been signed. I'd like to make a motion that we approve this contract.
I second. The motion has been made and properly seconded that we approve the contract with Mark International. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Motion carries.
The next item is the request for a permit to replace a water main. Dear board members, H&G Underground has requested a permit to replace the water main associated items on behalf of the Indiana American Water. The locations are 25th Avenue, Virginia to Jackson, 16th Avenue, Van Buren to Vermont, and alley between Connecticut and Pennsylvania, 25th Avenue to 22nd Avenue. The lead service lines will be replaced the entire length to the home. The traffic control method is acceptable. If the board approves, we recommend granting Indiana Water a permit contingent upon the fee of $1,000 per the city's schedule of fees ordinance, all right-of-way permit requirements being followed, the petitioner notifying affected property and business owners, as well as police, fire, and the Board of Works, and roads shall not be closed without a 48-hour notification, and the petitioner shall notify the Public Works upon completion of the work. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request for the permit to replace the water main at these locations.
I second the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Of course not. All righty, and the motion carries. The permits will be approved.
The next item is a request for a permit to replace water services and fire hydrants. This is from Indiana Water and Rex Construction. The service line locations to be replaced are the alley between Washington Street and Broadway from 18th Avenue to 20th Avenue, and the alley between Madison Street and Jefferson from 16th Avenue to 19th Avenue. The hydrant locations are at 20th Avenue in Washington, 18th Avenue in Washington, and 17th Avenue in Washington. No closures are anticipated. The project will take approximately 90 days from the start date of March 2nd. If the board approves, we recommend granting Indiana Water and Rex Construction a permit contingent upon a fee of $1,000 per the city's schedule of fees to be paid, all right-of-way permit requirements being followed, the petitioner notifying affected property, business, police, fire, and Board of Works, and the petitioner notifying the Public Works upon completion of the work. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the replacement of the water services and fire hydrants at the locations indicated.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The next item is a memo from NIPSCO for utility easement and an agreement, The law department has reviewed the attached agreement in regards to the temporary and permanent easements being granted to NIPSCO on property currently owned by the city of Gary. The property is located at the southeast corner of Tennessee and Mason Streets in Edna, and will be used for NIPSCO's 483 project and effort to install a 7.2-mile gas transmission line and related equipment. In exchange for the easements, NIPSCO is to pay the city a total agreed upon consideration in the amount of $35,205. I'd like to make a motion that we approve this utility easement and agreement from NIPSCO.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The motion carries.
The next item is approval of NDOT property acquisition offer. The law department has reviewed the enclosed documents from NDOT to acquire a parcel of land in the city of Gary located on or around 5438-40 Melton Road. NDOT seeks to acquire the land in question for public purposes, namely an improvement project on US 20. In exchange, NDOT is offering the fair market value for that property in the amount of $1,000. The offer is in proper form. I would like to make a motion that we approve the property acquisition offer from NDOT.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and we will approve the property acquisition from NDOT.
The next item is correspondence from Community Development. Approval of the home rental assistance agreement. Landlord Deborah Conwell attaches the home rental assistance agreement between the City of Gary Department of Community Development and Deborah Conwell, landlord. Community Development will pay a security deposit to the landlord in the amount of $950. It will also pay a share of the tenant's rent. The contractual agreement is from February 7th, 2020, and will end no later than January 31st, 2021. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the contract as submitted by the Community Development Department.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next item is the approval of a home rental agreement between the landlord Willows on Clark Road and the City of Gary. Attaches the home rental assistance contract between the City of Gary and Willows on Clark Road landlord. The City of Gary Community Development Department will pay a security deposit to the landlord in the amount of $600. In addition, it will pay the tenant's share of the rent, a certain part of the tenant's share of the rent. This agreement is from February 20th, 2020, and will end January 31st, 2021. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the rental agreement with Willows on Clark as the landlord.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We will approve the agreement with the landlord Willows on Clark Road Apartments.
The next item on the agenda is the approval of a rental contract for the first-time homebuyer workshops, Facility Art House, and Social Kitchen, Inc. Attached is a rental agreement for the first-time homebuyers project that will be using the Art House Social Kitchen as the location for workshops. The amount to be paid is $75 per workshop, with an amount not to exceed $1,200. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the facility rental agreement.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The next item is an emergency repair services contract for Quality and Trust certified heating. This project is for the cost of $3,500, and it's for work to be performed at 2268 West 11th Avenue. I'd like to make a motion that the emergency repair services contract be approved.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Contract is approved.
And the next item is a contract, emergency repair services contract from the Community Development Department with Quality and Trust certified heating and cooling for location at 833 Georgia Street in the amount of $3,500. This contract is for work that will be commenced within 5 days of the notice to proceed. The contract is in proper legal form and adequate to protect the interests of the City of Gary. I'd like to make a motion that we approve this contract.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next item is correspondence from the Chief of Staff's office, a contract with Darnell Lyles. The Law Department has reviewed the enclosed contract with Attorney Darnell Lyles to provide legal advisory services to the city. The term of the contract is January 1, 2020 until December 31st, 2020, and the amount is not to exceed $50,000. I'd like to make a motion that we approve this contract as submitted.
Was that the agreed upon amount? Was it-
The 50,000
Was
is
adjusted?
agreeable. Yes.
Okay, all right. I second the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, the contract is approved. Okay, moving on to item 3 on our agenda. Is there any unfinished business from you?
No.
Chief of Staff? All righty, none from me. Any new business?
No, sir.
All right, none from me as well. Now we reach that start of our agenda where we will open it up for public comments. Does anyone wish to make a public comment at this time?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you all for attending. Motion to adjourn? All right.
Oh, sorry.
All right, yes, ma'am.
This Deborah.
Hey, Karen.